Ladies and gentlemen, our first amateur bout of the evening will be officiated by Niels Burskin. This middleweight competition will be 3 rounds of 3 minutes. First up, fighting out of the red corner, standing at 184 centimeters and weighing in at 84 kilos, representing the Netherlands here tonight, it's Younes Tatou! And his opponent, fighting out of the blue corner, standing 195 centimeters tall, weighing in at 84 kilos, representing Belgium here tonight, it's Ibrahima Thiam!
Dan wint hij. Ja, bijna verlies ik eigenlijk. Oh, had ik het geweten, dan was ik erin gegaan.
Psychological and emotional arousal. And the good fighters, the experienced fighters, find that level and then assess, do they need to amp it up or bring it down? And hey, listen, if I'm Thiam, this is exactly what I want to do. Take a comfortable guy who seems maybe he's a little chill and put him down and put some punches on him fast.
No, it makes a lot of sense. He came out very confident and strong there, Robin. So what are we looking at here? What is Tatou trying to do to Thiam?
So he's got, well,
oh, nice.
The easy answer is exactly what you see. Put him onto his back because you mentioned the height advantage. There's no height advantage here on the ground. He is simply a man laying on his back. So we've removed the height advantage. We've removed that psychological advantage. We've now put him on his heels. So this is a big win for him. Did he switch off from a single leg to a double leg? Yeah, he played around with the technical aspects, but the goal was simply put this man down here and put a little pressure on him.
It makes sense. So we've gone through 1 minute in the first round of Tatou versus Thiam. We can see at the minute Tatou is on top and throwing some solid knees into the end.
So, Andy, what is Ibrahim's background in jiu-jitsu?
So, speaking to him yesterday, I found out that he actually only received his blue belt a couple of weeks ago.
Hey man, if I know that I got a guy on his back that is a blue belt and I've been wrestling longer and doing jiu-jitsu longer, I'm going to incorporate exactly what Tatou's looking to do here.
Listen, how still got the position there.
Yeah. So from here, this is a body roll. So what you've got your hands all the way around. Think of it like a noose. So you've noosed his waist. When the opponent has that, he'll dig. So what you saw Thiam do is dig underneath. Those little low kicks actually really matter as well. So what you're seeing here is a contest with 2 men with different objectives. Thiam, standing up with the beard, has the overhook, doesn't want to get taken down. Tatou, quite simply, wants to put his man back on the ground. And he'll do exactly that. It looks like, well, good work by both men. The big story here is one man is stopping the other man from getting his objective. So the default is both these dudes are getting a little more tired.
Yeah.
And that matters as the fight goes on.
For sure. And after this round, so far we've got 30 seconds left to go in the first round. What do you say in the corner if you're Tatou?
That's a really good question, too. I just want to touch up with Andy here for a second. These are 3-minute rounds, right?
That's right.
At your level.
That's right.
That makes a big difference when you've got a 3-minute round with a 1-minute break. Because the 1-minute break now represents 1/3 of the time you work. So you can recover a lot more. Now we see them in these last 15 seconds. Oh, that tucked the right uppercut there. I don't know if we'll see it in the replay, but Thiam, just at the end there, stepped back and tucked in a little right uppercut. And those last 15 seconds right there told you exactly that Tatou is doing the correct thing. You want this man on his back getting tired. Andy, what did you take away from this round?
Well, from the very get-go, like Tatou came out guns blazing. He shot in for a takedown, and he seemed to control his opponent on the ground.
Yeah, you see it here. He's got a low ankle pick, and it's just on him. So the goal, and here even going in tight with the legs on the body lock. He's just trying to put pressure on him. You got a long, tall, comfortable guy who showed how dangerous he is in these last 15 seconds. What would be your goal? Make him tired and put a little leather on his face.
Yeah, so what would you say? Your Tatou? Do you want to do the same round again? Is that what your coach is saying?
Yeah, quite simply, if you're Tatou's coach, you're like, hey, listen, if we came in here and said you'd probably win round 1 by putting pressure on this guy, we think you did win round 1. Let's just keep that going.
And we're about to enter round 2 now, another 3-minute round between Tatou and Thiam.
So on the other hand, Thiam, watch him step back and strike. There again, stepping, now going forward because he feels he's got him hurt. So what you want to watch for Thiam is stepping back, and there he is, step back, pop with the left jab. Now he'll step back with the right uppercut. There it is, right? So you can see the game, the adjustment here was made by Thiam's corner. It's not just a game of, quote, defend the takedown. It's a game of keep the space between you. And that's what he did very well in that first 30 seconds. But hey, if you're Tatou, the goal is take that space away, and he's accomplished that.
Exactly. So now, if you're Thiam, how do you want to get out of this position? So obviously he wants to get up, create some space.
So look at that ear right there. He can elbow that ear, and whether he knows that or not currently, right, or strike to that ear, now knees up the middle. So job number 1 is stay in this position or lift his head up higher or push his head down lower. So if you are Thiam, standing, the beard against, and Tatou, of course, work, and do what you got to do. And that's the hard way to get the takedown. That was, you see how dangerous this man is.
So we are almost halfway through the second round. Tatou is currently on top in the blue shorts with the green stripe. Thiam on the bottom in the black shorts. Halfway through this round, how do you see this momentum going, Robin?
So, you know what we haven't seen yet in this fight? We haven't seen Ibrahima Thiam on top. And we're about to see that right now. And that is not according to the plan that Tatou wanted. But yet, look, he worked his way up. Look for the striking backing up again. See? See the way he just moves backwards ever so slightly?
Do you think it looks like Tatou in the blue is starting to tire a little bit? His hands look quite low when he went in there.
So it is really, really, really hard to fight as it is. I know that sounds like an obvious statement, but it is very true. It's even harder to fight when your heart rate is up really high, right? So your heart rate comes up real high when you're standing there against a relaxed guy who's backing up and punching you, and you feel like, quote, I need to take him down. That need, that sort of psychological need is extremely tiring, but you've got to credit Tatou. Look at the work he's done. He's got what he wanted. And, I mean, Andy, there's still 30 seconds left in this round, but he's on top where he wants to be right now.
Exactly. Now, what we're seeing from Tatou is that he's actually being the aggressor, but it is getting him a little bit gassed. I think it would be worth to mention as well, both of these men took this fight on 1 week's notice each.
Oh, yeah, my God.
That's good information, man. Now, it recontextualizes this for everybody watching this. I don't care who you are, you can feel how exhausting these exchanges are. Now Andy goes and drops it on us that 9 days ago, they weren't really sure that the fight, look at, I don't know if you saw, but Tatou, who finished that round on top, just crawled back to the corner. This is all incredibly hard work. Running on a treadmill with a bag full of rocks, like that kind of hard work. Andy, do you think that Tatou gets both those 2 rounds?
For me, yes. For me, because he was the aggressor, he managed to land the takedowns, he was controlling the octagon, he was controlling the clinch. But in fairness, look, credit to Thiam. He felt quite comfortable being at the bottom.
Yeah, and he landed the biggest shots by far. So you see Ibrahima is in the corner. We can see anyways. Here, what you see is him defending against the cage, and that's hard work. He's standing now in the corner with his hands over top of his coach, still has that relaxed, deep breath sort of mannerisms, and he knows the gig now. This guy is like starving to get this takedown. He's ravenous to get it. So we got to move our feet, and we got to throw little tight inside close punches. When he's done that, he's hurt his man. So and then 6 minutes doesn't sound like a lot to somebody watching. It's a long time to fight a guy in your underpants in front of everybody.
Exactly, especially when you get that adrenaline though.
It's crazy.
So we're about to enter the third and final round of this amateur bout. 3 minutes to decide who is going to come out top. And Robin, if you're Thiam here, are you hunting for the finish?
Yeah, you are, but you're doing it relaxed. You're trying because you can't only hit home runs, and that's a baseball analogy. I don't know how much baseball we watch over here. But you can't only try to throw long bombs, and you can't only try to knock a guy out. You've got to get your flow going. You see him starting to. The jab is important, the uppercut is important, but moving his feet is most important. But it's a really good start here for Thiam.
Yeah, so we've got 30 seconds down in the third and final round of this amateur bout. Thiam is in the black shorts with the beard, and Tatou is in the blue shorts with the green stripe. What are you seeing there, Robin?
So super interesting dynamic is for Thiam now, you got to think about moving forward, right? But when he does, look what happens. The easiest way, it's hard for me to get my hands around you if you're moving away. It's a lot easier if you're moving forward, right? So for Tatou, that space is easier to take away when Thiam moves towards him. So Thiam wants to strike and move away. And instead, because of that desire to win, he's striking and moving forward. But this is an interesting moment here.
What do you expect to happen here?
So when you're pressing down on someone's head, it's extremely fatiguing, and you have the free shots at his head, and that's what Thiam started to have. And 1.5 minutes is a long time for Tatou's hands to be down, and on the hips is an anecdotal evidence of exhaustion.
Yeah.
He ate that knee, but he got the takedown.
How important in this fight now, 1 minute and 20 seconds left, it was that takedown.
I mean, Andy, he can win this fight literally by just staying on top. If we believe he won the first 2 rounds, we believe he can win this fight by staying on top.
Exactly. It's not the prettiest way, but listen, a win is a win.
Yeah.
This is all that these guys are trying to do here.
100%. How pretty you hoped the fight to unfold 7-8 minutes ago is a different story than now, with blood, with like poison going through your blood as your body. Now he's on the back, even better for him, right?
Yeah,
you know, you're exhausted, your lungs are full of hot air, breathing is compromised. And now you find yourself on the back with the hooks in, and you are the man in control of a fight you believe you're winning.
Did you try and finish here, Robin, or do you stall?
Yes. When you're in this position, and you'll hear this in any jiu-jitsu gym, submission or position before submission.
Yeah.
In other words, let's get it, but let's not lose this dominant position. But with 20 seconds left, if we lost it, that would be okay, right?
So you've got 15 seconds left in this first amateur bout. Tatou has Thiam's back, and Andy.
Yeah, it's under the chin.
Oh. 5 seconds left. So does he have time to finish it?
He's palm to palm. You can finish here.
And that's the bell. It goes to the end. Andrew, what's the score here? What do you think you'd be? If you're one of the judges, how would you mark that?
I'm scoring this 30-27 to Tatou. I just feel like he was wow.
Yeah, look at him. Like, he knows it too. Andy, like, I agree with you. There are 3 judges here that matter, and we're going to give our insight. And 30-27, we agree. Look at how he felt after that. Like that, he had to work with every fiber of his being. And then tell him, you asked, you finish here. Right down to the last 10 seconds, he was trying. Right?
Yeah, that's the attitude you want, right?
You know, and you'll see a big knee. I believe that's what we might have here. There's a striking driving knee that comes. No, instead we see that right hand. It's a bit of a throwaway right hand, but you see the contrast here. And then when the man puts his hands on his waist, that is an anecdotal sign of fatigue. And yet he's still exhausted, is working here, working. This one was about grit and hard work.
What does it take to, Robin, in those situations, what does it take when you are that exhausted to shoot for those takedowns and keep on going?
There is a physiological element, but there's a heavy psychological element too. And it, by all accounts, we think the man in the red corner won this fight based on his toughness and guts.
Yeah. Okay, so we are about to get the results from that bout.
Ladies and gentlemen, after three total rounds of battle, totaling 9 minutes, the judges have declared your winner, fighting from the red corner, Younes Tatou!